All right, so we are out here at The Ohio State University today. It's a beautiful day. It's about 78 and sunny, and people are everywhere on the campus, as you can see, out getting sunshine. We have our outreach table today out here. We're out talking to people about Isaiah 53, as well as the contradict issue, can all roads lead to God, or do all roads lead to God? And I just want to talk to my friend Josh here. Josh is a student in our ministry here. He's been involved the past year, and he's going to ask some quick few questions about what his involvement's been here and what he thinks. So Josh, let me ask you a question. What is it, you're a freshman this year, and I've gotten to know you this past year, and I know you have a big interest in apologetics. That means giving reasons for the what we believe and why we believe, and thinking about what we believe, working through those issues. What drew you to that? Like, how'd you get interested in apologetics?
I've been interested in apologetics ever since I first got involved in the creationist and evolutionist debates, and it really just drew me into understanding like why we believe what we believe and what we can actually say to the public about what we believe. And I think part of that is we must have an intellectual defense of our faith, and sometimes that doesn't always involve evidential reasons, but I think it always does involve presenting Christianity in such a way as it is a force to be reckoned with in the secular world, even though most people probably consider it irrelevant.
Okay, so you've been a freshman this year, and you're about to wrap up your first year. What would you say? Can you tell me a little about your experiences here? Would you say it's just open to everything here? People believe all kinds of different things. How do you view it now that you've been here at Ohio State, such a big campus?
There's definitely a lot of diversity. The people I interact with are generally either Christian, or they just don't really care that much about whether Christianity is true or not. I've been to the atheist and secular groups, and so I know that there's hostility, but they're a minority, I believe. I think most students they come to college, and what they learn in their classes causes them to question what they believe, if they were at one point a Christian or not a Christian.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, do you think there's any challenges, like coming to campus being a Christian, like on the campus? I mean, like running into obstacles or things, or like coming into obstacles with skeptics and things like that?
Well, I myself don't feel a whole lot of obstacles. I mean, there kind of is when you're out on the oval trying to talk to people, I think, but even in the classrooms too, you might. It just depends on what classes you're taking. Like my New Testament class, I know is if you're a conservative Christian, it's going to be difficult to hear some of the things that he has to say, and those would probably be give the biggest challenge to Christian students, because it challenges their understanding of the New Testament in general.
What would you say the biggest questions, or like the two biggest challenges to like our faith are, like apologetically? Like, some people say it's God's existence, other people say it's believing that one way is true, or believing that Jesus is the only way to God. Like, what would you say that you've from your experience?
Probably the biggest challenge is pluralism.
Pluralism, yeah.
Because people don't really believe that there is such a thing as an exclusive claim to truth, and so it's hard for them to say that they can commit to the Christian tradition when it's just one among many traditions. And that's the one area where we have to really argue that Christianity is the unique revelation of the one God. And a lot of people have trouble believing that, because they believe one of our values in today's modern culture is tolerance and inclusivity, and inclusiveness is not a friend to a tradition that claims a monopoly on what is true, or at least to claiming to be about the one true God, as opposed to other religious traditions.
Okay, great. One last question. How important it is for you, or what do you think in general, to have like an apologetics presence on a large Ohio State campus, or a large campus? Like, we have this apologetics chapter here. You've been to a couple of our events. You've seen some things. Like, do you think it's needed on a college campus, or do you say, it's not really needed? I mean, what do you think?
Repeat the question?
Well, like, do you think that like a group that we have here, like an apologetics chapter on a large college campus, is needed? You've been to some of our events.
Yeah.
The atmosphere of the campus. Would you say it's not needed, or what do you think?
I think it's needed in a sense, because most church ministries on campus aren't addressing the big apologetic questions, because that's not really their purpose. They're more of, we're going to bring together Christian fellowship, in Bible study and worship, so that Christian students can remain in the faith. But the apologetics part is more of how to even interact with people outside the Christian tradition. And I think that's sort of the whole point of apologetics, is to help us understand how to interact with other people and how to present our case for the truth of Christianity.
Okay, great. All right, Josh, thanks. Have a great summer.